What did they do? Well, they filled the entire square mile of the City of London with taxis. They effectively went on strike. Now, how did that, if you arrived in London that day and you nearly, how did that make you feel? Yeah, it's like, sorry, you know, I just don't feel great about taxi driving anymore. Now, of course, you and I can't go on strike. Now, depending on how we look at this, it's either scary or it's exciting. So quickly turn to the person next to you and say whatever it is that you see there. Go ahead, just quickly go. What do you get that one? Oh, a few of us did. Okay, show me your hands where you are. Thank you for your honesty. Exactly, very, very good. Because that is actually the default option, just because of the length of the word. How many of us, so let me see again, how many got, where? Can I see that? Okay, a few more now. Okay, how many got that one? Opportunity is now here. Can I see that one? Now, that doesn't add up. There's something else missing. Oh, I know. Some of you got that one. Opportunity, I snow here. Nobody got that one. Well, the good news is that people seem to get that second one, and there is no doubt that opportunity is now here. And it's now here in a way that it's never been here before, seriously. The thing that really blows my mind, though, is the speed with which that yes, we're being disrupted. Yes, we all understand that. And it's every profession and every industry. But the thing that just blows my mind is the speed with which that's happening. Let's take a look at something that's not being, well, I suppose you could say electronically disrupted. Let's have a look, for example, at taxis. Just as a for example. This data came out last Friday, so it's brand new data. And this is a company called, what do they call themselves, Certify, who analyze receipts for business expense in the US, and specifically, in this case, they're looking at the receipts from, you go from the airport to the city, you know what I mean, the ground transportation thing. Here's what they found in Q2 of 2014. Lyft, which is, as you know, kind of like a smaller Uber, 0.34, Uber 29% roughly, and taxes 73%. We're perhaps not too surprised by that, but let's have a look what's happened after 2 years. Only 2 years. Look at that. That is just staggering. Staggering. And if you were a taxi driver, have a look what's happened to you. 69% decline in revenue. But the thing that blows my mind again is the speed. And that's much easier, of course, when you don't have vehicles and everything else. In other words, it's much easier if the disruption is simply electronic. Let's take a look at that. Let me show you what's happening every 1 second that we are together today. Every 1 second. 1 second, not 1 minute. There are 7,156 tweets. These numbers are very accurate. You'll see why in just a moment. How about this one? 2,000 Skype calls every second. If you don't think that's disrupting the telecoms business, then we're in a different world. That's not even including WhatsApp, by the way, right there. How about this one? 53,000 Google searches per second. We kind of expect that. Let me ask you this one. How many watched a YouTube video in the last week? Show me if you watched one. Oh, accountants do watch YouTube, don't you? Okay. That reminds me. I'm going to take a photograph. Just quickly. Rob asked a question, and I had never seen such a big number of people who answered this question. So, let's get back here again. So, I think this is probably the best way for me to do it. Sorry to be disruptive here. So I'm going to go over here. Show me your hands. Here we go. This is great. Show me your hands if you have more than 50% of your clients on the cloud. Go. Hands up. Really up as high as you can. Fantastic. You would be stunned how big that number is. You go across the Tasman, seriously, in a room this size, you will find, as we found on Friday, 4 people had their hand up on that. It's staggering. So you guys, that's one of the reasons why it's nice to be with you, because we're in the fast lane here, if you like. So, those of you that watched YouTube, this is a staggering number. Remember, it's per second. Just remember that. 119,000 per second. How many people's minds are blown by that number? You You just can't get, no, they made a mistake. No, they didn't. 2.5 million emails, and I know, you get all of them, I understand. You do. And a lot of stuff going on in terms of internet traffic. But let me show you where that number comes from, and you might want to go have a look at this, by the way. So if you wanted to see why that thing is so accurate, there's this site called Internet Live Stats. Let me see if I can go there. Cross your fingers, not sure how fast the web is here this morning, but let's see if we can just go there. Oh, we can. So here we are, so it's retrieving data. This is since midnight US time, okay? Have a look at that. I mean, these numbers are not surprising numbers, but look at the number of emails sent today. Let's just go down here, Google searches. Look at the number of videos viewed today. That's billion since midnight. Look at the Tumblr posts, photos uploaded. Look at the Facebook active users, Twitter active users, Skype calls today. Oh, there's a dark side. Look at the number. Look at the number of websites. Oh, there was one more. Hopefully it wasn't yours, right? Oh, look, they're being hacked pretty quickly right now. And the number of computers sold today. These are real numbers, by the way, smartphones. And there's the other sort of dark side, if you like, is CO2 emissions and so on. Again, how many people find those numbers just mind-blowing? Yeah, and the really interesting question is, as an accounting firm, how do you deal with that? How possibly can you stand out in this mass of accelerated stuff?